We got beer for breakfast coming up. First, hop on that stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. Beer for breakfast brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Elton Live, Beyond the Yellow Brick Road, goes down tonight. That should be a blast. That starts at 7 o'clock. Next weekend, Purple Madness, Prince tribute. So a lot of fun. Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. So joining us in studio today, we were talking about it earlier. We got Kevin from Service. Did you ever come in when we did the afternoons for the beer review?
Sure
Okay. We couldn't remember or not.
Different room, different time.
Yeah, it's way earlier. We're so sorry. Yeah. I'm assuming you're usually up by now.
Oh yeah.
You seem like a guy who's up and ready to go early.
Most days.
Most days ish. So how's things going at Service, man?
They're going great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this was, the pandemic was hard on everybody, and it was probably the first and last time it was good to be a brewery in Georgia because Georgia was wide open. And we opened the tap room, and people came out in droves. And April, May, June, all lined up to be great months in the tap room.
Okay.
And so we're back.
That's good. Now, how long has Service been open now?
7 years.
7 years. It's gone by so quick.
Yeah, we'll have our 7th anniversary in October.
Okay, that's awesome. That's good. Any idea what kind of beer? You always got something fun for the anniversary?
We're going to have a couple.
Okay.
We're going to have a small batch that we're going to bottle for brewery release only, and then we'll have a larger batch that's out for general public consumption.
Awesome. I love that.
All right. So, Kevin, I was doing some research on Service before the interview today, before you stopped in. Once again, thank you so much for coming in. And I was looking.
Are you going to ruin it now with this question?
Yeah, I'm going to ruin our relationship now. But you have to leave the beer before you leave. I'm really mad. So I was looking at just like the about the Service, the story of Service, about you and Meredith who began Service Brewing Company, and then I was like, hold on, let me just go back. Something caught my eye when I first Googled Service Brewing Company, and I'm not going to be able to show it on the stream, but I can show it to you right here. Now it says that you used to be a cycler, like you loved to cycle around. You're a cyclist, of sorts. Do you still cycle today?
I do not.
You do not? Okay.
Not outside.
So not in front of people. So this picture right here caught my eye.
Uh-oh.
You have a beautiful ass.
Oh, thanks.
On you, maybe you specifically. I actually have a question. Now, this photo, when you Google Service Brewing Company, this is the first photo you see. It is of someone holding on to the 6th anniversary Service Brewing Company beer. Beautiful picture. Looks like it was taken right outside of Service Brewing Company. First and foremost, I got into this butt right here, okay? I was looking at it. I'm like, I've looked at your butt before, all right? I'm like, I don't think that's Kevin's butt. But also, it said you were a cyclist.
Yes.
So I'm curious to know, can you confirm or deny, is this your butt? And also, did you make sure that it was the first picture when people Google Service that you see this great butt picture?
So, folks can add photos. Anybody can take a photo and add it to your Google page. Sure. And some folks take better photos than others.
Okay.
So, in order to try and get the first photos that come up on your Google page to inspire you, we have folks take photos and we add them, and so you can't control what comes up first. It might say something about your web history, your search history as to which one shows up first.
There you go. Maybe that's on you, Marshall.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you're saying...
So I'm not confirming or denying.
So you're saying, okay, so that could be your butt. That could be your butt.
Could be.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm or deny that.
But it's not.
Okay, I just want to...
I wish. Wish I was in that shape.
All right, well, I just wanted to confirm or deny that, because yes, someone says they're Googling right now. It's well worth your time. Google Service Brewing Company. There is, I would say, a top tier butt right there.
It's a great beer.
Well, the beer is great. I'm just saying the butt may be a little bit better. Kind of thought it was yours at first. I was a little worried and also turned on. Now you're obviously the background of you in general is perfect for the 4th of July weekend. Having you here today, former West Point graduate, former Army commander. I mean, does it hurt to be such a badass?
No.
We'll never know.
And also, follow-up question.
That's all ancient history.
Have you always been this way? Have you always been a badass?
No.
Okay.
No, my parents raised me very well.
Yeah.
With a lot of discipline.
Oh,
can't get away with today.
Right.
But no, I mean, every experience that I've had in my life has helped me out quite a bit and gotten to me where I am today. And the Army doesn't give you a choice.
They just absolutely make you check the box of being a badass the moment you sign up.
That's it.
Well, first and fourmost, thank you for your service. Obviously, 4th of July. We're calling this Freedom Friday here
great.
on the Cotter and Marshall
Wish
Show.
you had some fries.
We'll get to those later. We probably will need them after we try these ridiculous beers you brought in today for Beer for Breakfast. So here in just a few moments, we'll try this first beer. How about you just kind of tease everyone with what beer we'll try first that they could try at the brewery today?
So neither of these beers will be available today.
What?
These are future.
These are special beers?
Yeah, these are
nice,
up and coming, and special for you. You guys will be the first ones outside the brewery to try these.
Okay, so special now.
We have a new canning line coming in that's going to allow us to do 12 and 16-ounce cans very easily.
Love that.
Okay. So we're going to start that with 2 special releases. One is the first of 3 double IPA in a series. This is called Messenger of the Sea.
Oh, okay.
Great story behind this. A submarine that the Union used that was on its way south down the coast and was lost during a storm. So the whole series is around the history.
Oh, that's cool.
Double IPA series around the history of that sub.
That's awesome.
The second is a brewer's release. So we've been doing brewer's release for a few years now. This is brewer's release number 10, a Pina Colada style milkshake IPA. So
I'm ready for that one.
Just in time for the hot summer.
I like that. All
so
right.
both of those will be available in 16-ounce cans in probably 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Nice.
All right, well, let's try some beer. We're going to get to that next. First up, Evanescence, Better Without You. Cotter and Marshall Show, Beer for Breakfast. Kevin from Service, Rock 1061. It is Beer for Breakfast, brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Kevin from Service in studio. Before we get to the beer, and that we're going to do that here in a second, you were saying Service 7-year anniversary is coming up. Like any relationship, how do you keep things interesting when it comes to making the beers, when it comes to coming up with ideas? I mean, what do you guys do? I mean, how is that process? I mean, to come up with, we're going to be drinking this Pina Colada milkshake IPA. What does that process look like to come up with these beers?
We focus on styles first. We want to try and keep things varied. We want to, we've got 15 taps in the tap room. We want a lot of different beers. We don't want to be just IPAs or just stouts or just, traditional beers. And so we try and not make the same thing over and over. But most of it's inspiration from being out and about, inspiration from eating, inspiration from drinking. I've got a food Bible in the office. And so when we're looking at what kinds of flavors go well together, the food Bible can help you guide you on that path.
Oh, nice.
And then you go out to the beach and you sit at the tiki bar or whatever, and you're having a pina colada. And you're like, man, we should make a beer like this. That's how a lot of it happens.
Awesome.
Same thing happens for me too. I like drank, and during the pandemic, I found the recipe for a Mai Tai. And then I found that a bunch of brewers started making Mai Tai beers. I'm like, I think they were doing the same thing I was. They're slugging Mai Tais during the summer at their own pools in their backyard. They're like, I'm going to make a Mai Tai beer.
Yeah. I mean, we did a Manhattan-based, inspired beer at one point because somebody had a really good Manhattan. They're like, man, we should try and make a beer like this.
All right, so I mentioned this earlier. Our first beer we're going to try is actually Messenger of the Sea Double IPA. The Crowler technology, like we were talking about, not the best. They haven't kind of come up with better technology, mostly for the fact that I am the worst at pouring Crowler. So I apologize for the horrific pour that's about to happen.
Keep it away from that keyboard.
Yeah, right. Keep it away from any equipment.
How about this? I'm so confident I'll do it over my computer.
Oh!
That's right, guys. That's right. I didn't mess that up. Woo!
That was impressive.
He took my advice.
Yeah.
I want aggressive.
Be aggressive.
He's going to spill it on the last one when there's already beer out of it.
Or if I'm talking to you guys and I'm not looking and it just pours completely over.
So the can for Messenger of the Sea, you're talking about, the submarine and how this is going to be a series of different beers with this double IPA. Now, the art on this can is something like we've never seen you guys do before. I mean, why step out and do something different?
So curb appeal, there are so many, there's 9,000 breweries in the country now.
Yeah.
Everybody's putting out a new beer almost all the time. The tried and true, the regular stuff that keeps the lights on. People drink at home, but they're not venturing out.
Mm-hmm.
They've got to venture out. And so if you're not grabbing attention, if you're not changing the look on the shelf, people aren't going to find it.
Right.
Now, Messenger of the Sea is is a genius that Meredith came up with this whole series, and so it's going to tell a story about this submarine through the entire series.
Right.
So each new can is going to give you a little more about it. Also, on the label, they've burnished out some of the art, so you can see the can through the stars. You can see the can through the windows on the sub.
Oh, that's really cool. Awesome.
That's really neat.
So it's a whole different color vibe for us.
Okay.
Jessica, our graphic designer, did a knockout job on the design of this, and so we're really excited to as soon as this canning line shows up and gets installed, start throwing those out there.
All right, so people can expect to find this beer in the tap room and hopefully stores by the end of the month. Is that what we're kind of shooting for? Yep. Awesome. Well, I'm happy that we're some of the first to ever try this beer. So let's start the review. Let's take a big old sniff of it.
Get a lot of grapefruit right up front, a lot of citrus, really nice, pleasant aroma on this.
And once again, this is Messenger of the Sea. It's a double dry hop, double IPA. It's got the Galaxy El Dorado and Azaka. Yeah, I nailed it. I nailed it, bro. But it's got all those fancy hops into it. Holding up to the light. I mean, this is kind of that just a cloudy IPA. Is kind of what you want to expect. Kind of a straw color, would you say? At least that's what it looks like on camera.
It's like juice. Yeah. It's like juice, man. That's exactly it's like grapefruit juice. Looks and smells like it.
With all that being said, let's go ahead and drink. Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers.
Sorry, kind of jumped ahead on the cheers there. I couldn't wait.
Yeah.
Do it.
I don't blame you.
Oh, dude.
That is so smooth. I mean, like and here's the thing. It's a double dry hop, double IPA. So either it is so dry hopped, I'm not getting much hop. Or it just feels so smooth, like on the tongue and everything. I'm getting just a slight bit of hops. I was expecting to be knocked out of my chair in the hallway with all the hoppiness of it, but I'm not getting that at all. And it's got a great subtle grapefruit taste to it as well. This thing is excellent.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get like it's not wrecking your palate initially when you take that drink, which is really nice. Now, I mean, I do get some of the hoppiness there, but yeah, the grapefruit's there as well. Once again, just a nice kind of solid, well-rounded beer. Yeah,
you're getting the flavor and the aroma from the hops, but you're not getting the bitterness. So that low bitterness allows your palate to stay intact. And a lot of people who come into the tap room and say they don't like IPAs or they don't like hoppy are the people whose first experience with IPAs was the super bitter palate wreckers. And it makes everything else taste different. And we want you to enjoy a lot of different beers. So why wreck your palate with the first one and think our second beer is horrible?
Yeah.
So that low bitterness, and then you don't taste the alcohol either.
No.
So it's over 8%. It's 8.6, and you're not feeling that at all with this beer. It's really nice.
Already a comment on the stream. Someone says, "I want a shirt of the can art." So
it's in process. So celebrities, our shirt provider is working on that right now. Going to get a little pocket tee with Messenger of the Sea on the back.
I mean, the can art almost reminds me of, and I mean, like a 50s horror movie kind of poster kind of vibe. It's, got like the
octopus legs coming out of the sea, kind of stretching forward.
It's really cool.
The submarine getting dropped in. So once again, from Service Brewing, we are trying Messenger of the Sea, double dry hop, double IPA, coming in at 8.6. That's very girthy, would you say, when it comes to an APV. Cotter, we'll start off with you. What would you give this on the beer scale of supremacy?
I'm going 4.5. Woo! This beer is delicious. This beer is delicious.
Cotter hasn't given a 4.5 out in quite some time.
No, the beer's delicious. I keep saying how I'm on this IPA kick, and it's just like, I found a couple that I've gone to, and I just love something a little bit different, and I really love the juiciness of this. I love that it's a smooth beer. It is well-rounded. Dude, hats off. That's can art. The beer lives up to the can art. It's so good.
I know it's going to be a tough one for you. So on the beer scale of supremacy, Kevin, and it's fine if you want to give it a 5 out of 5. What would you like to give Messenger of the Sea double IPA?
I give every beer we make and share with the public a 5. The one that not all the beer makes it to the floor.
Right.
Some goes down the drain.
I could just imagine you're in the back, like throwing beer at your head brewer, like, never this, never. Man,
it's emotional. You spend a lot of time bringing this thing to a point where it's people are going to consume it, and then it just doesn't work out sometimes.
It's a roller coaster. Not everyone's going to be a 10 out of 10 for you, but man, this thing hits the notes when it comes to especially a double IPA, hitting that 8% mark too, and just everything about it, from the can art to the execution of what you did here, I'm gonna have to give it a 4.25. I mean,
good,
one
man.
of my probably one of my favorite IPAs I've tried in 2021.
Dude, it's very good
you very
stuff.
much.
All right, man.
All right, you 1 for 1. Let's see if this next one's going to live up to the first one.
All right, we're going to take another break. When we come back, Brewers release number 10, Pina Colada Milkshake IPA. Yes, please. It is beer for breakfast. Kevin from Service in studio. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1. It is beer for breakfast. Cotter and Marshall show brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. You can check out some great live music. Elton John tribute going down tonight. We are joined in studio by Kevin from Service. Thank you for hanging out. You guys always do stuff for and with the community. It's always been a big part of what the brewery's done. What are you guys doing right now?
So we just transitioned our primary support. So if you didn't know, every time you come into the brewery and you buy a pint of beer, you're donating to that charity that we're supporting at the time. We just gave almost $15,000 to minority veterans
It's amazing.
of America. But what's more important is we share the story of that charity. So one of our regulars learned about the charity, talked to his company about it, and they donated $20,000 to that charity. Opened up a new branch for that charity in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
That's amazing.
We're now supporting Folds of Honor.
Okay.
Folds of Honor is based out of Oklahoma City. They provide scholarships to families of veterans who've been lost to help their children get through school and make sure they're taken care of until they get a solid education. So 25 cents of every pint.
That's great, man.
Yeah, you guys do such
Come
amazing.
down and do the work, right?
Yeah.
The hard work of drinking beers in your tap room. And just so everyone knows, you can find Service Brewing Company, 574 Indian Street. Ghost Coast Distillery. Those huge condos they're building across the street.
Buildings,
Is that what they're building over there? Yep. Great. Anyway, less parking for me to try to find. But you guys can go visit the tap room, open Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. Times vary, but of course, pretty much whenever you think it's time for a beer, wait about an hour if you're me, and then go.
All right.
We're not opening at 11.
Right.
If we just knock on the doors, we look sad
I'll
enough, we'll
answer.
eventually
I'll
get in.
answer.
We know Kevin.
All right, so the second beer we're going to try this morning, Brewers release number 10. Marshall, you got so good at the first one.
Okay.
More the second one.
You know we're jinxing this.
I
right?
know we are, totally.
All right.
Brewers release number 10. This is the Pina Colada Milkshake IPA, pineapple and coconut. I'm telling you, man, there's a few things that you put in beers that I'm in instantly. Coconut is one of those two things. I think that's fantastic. So what is the whole thought around the Brewers release series?
So the Brewers release is just kind of, hey, we're in between a seasonal beer.
Okay.
Or we did an R&D that we really liked, and we feel like it's time that we put more of this out there.
Okay.
So you don't have to be in the tap room only to get this.
Okay.
So that's the idea behind the Brewers release. It's like, hey, Jeff made this great beer. It went over really well. He wants to share it with the world, and so here you go.
Nice.
Perfect. All right, so this is 6.8% on the Brewers release number 10, Pina Colada Milkshake IPA. So if you want to start, Marshall?
Yeah. Take a big old sniff.
Oh, dude, so much coconut.
Oh my gosh.
So much coconut. Like I just said, you put two things, vanilla and coconut are two things you could put in almost any beer, and I'm in. Coconut maybe number one on that list, and that is what you get right away.
Did you rob a coconut truck or something? Like you saw it going down the highway and you
We
just
saw a banana boat. And check it out.
just swerved him off the road?
That's all the coconut.
I could just imagine it was like it's like in Breaking Bad where they had to rob that train. This is exactly what Kevin did to get this much coconut. I mean, the nose is so coconut heavy, but it's great. It's so
I
good.
cannot wait. The look of it, kind of a lot like the other one. It's just,
little darker.
Yeah, a little darker, but kind of juice-like in its thickness.
More pineapple-y.
Okay.
The color is more pineapple juice.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, definitely got a nice little haze to it, golden color. All right, with all that being said, let's drink this.
Cheers.
Incredible.
Cheers.
Oh man. So here's the thing. During the pandemic,
You guys keep talking. I'm just going to drink.
I made I learned how to make two great cocktails because I don't know how to make anything other than a whiskey and Coke. I learned how to make a Mai Tai, and I stole that recipe from Water Witch Tiki. Thank you, Water Witch Tiki. And then I don't know how I found like the best pina colada recipe on the internet. And then I found it, I tweaked it a little bit, and it is the best I feel like I make the best pina colada in Savannah. This beer is the version of that pina colada. It is So good. This pina colada milkshake IPA, you're not getting an incredible amount of hops from it. Once again, hops can deter people, and maybe that's why your thought process when you made this, Kevin. But the pina colada milkshake IPA, dude, it bangs. It absolutely bangs, dude.
So I see you on a giant unicorn float in a 16-ounce can of pina colada milkshake IPA.
I'm going to need a lot more.
And then
like 3 or
cover
4.
yourself with banana boat because I know you burn.
Yeah, I'm a little pasty. That's true. That's true. But I'm telling you, man, this pina colada milkshake IPA, you guys, how'd you do 2 for 2? I mean, like, how long have you been working on both of these beers, really? I mean, it seems like you've been working on them kind of backstage for a while now.
This is why you have the R&D process. So both of these beers and smaller batches have been introduced into the tap room previously.
Right. But not this exact version.
Correct.
Yeah.
But you can't just take a 124 pint batch of beer and make it into a 30,000 pint batch of beer and have it taste exactly the same. You have to make adjustments. But when you come up with a collection of ingredients and you're like, wow, this works. Mm-hmm. So coconut's really hard. You can have too little and people are like, well, it says coconut, but I don't taste it or smell it. And then you can have this tastes exactly like sunscreen and I don't like it. So that's the fine line you have to walk. And so this, again, Jeff nailed it with this mix of coconut and pineapple, and the milkshake is the lactose. So it's got that sweetness that sticks around.
Yeah, and that sweetness really helps with the pineapple taste of it, because you're trying to balance the coconut and the pineapple. Mm-hmm. The coconut is a little bit more prevalent than the pineapple, but I mean, you taste the coconut at first, and then you get that sweetness of the pineapple. You're like, wow, this is I'm drinking the beer version of pina colada, and that's why this thing hit us so hard right when we had our first taste.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like the nose of it is primarily coconut, but then when you take the drink, the coconut is not as prevalent as it is on the nose, which is perfect, and the pineapple is there, the lactose.
I'm
in love.
I know you are. I can tell, man. Once again, coming in at 6.8%. Let's go around the table as we always do. Cotter, on the beer scale of supremacy, what would you give Service's pina colada milkshake IPA, coming in at 6.8%?
4.55. So I really loved the double IPA.
Are you saying that because Kevin can 100% kick your ass?
No, he could, but no.
I've seen him in the wrestling ring.
It's fake.
but I like this one. I think I like this one just a hair more because, like I said, coconut, 1 of 2 ingredients you could throw in a beer. I'm in instantly. Sometimes it's a letdown when you get it because it's not right. This one's right, 4.55.
So once again, both beers that we tried today, Messenger of the Sea Double IPA and Pina Colada Milkshake IPA, both beers are going to be available later on this month. Make sure to follow Service Brewing on Instagram, where they have literally the best pictures. I'm going to hire them to do...
Like I said, Meredith, everything that's cool about Service Brewing is because of Meredith, and she does those photos, everything on an iPhone. It's like, this is how you can do on an iPhone.
Yeah, it's very impressive. So make sure to follow them on both Instagram and Facebook. On the beer scale of supremacy, Kevin, once again, I know it's going to be really tough for you. The Pina Colada Milkshake IPA, what do you give it?
I told you. 5 out of 5.
He's like, why even asking me, bro?
He's going 5 all day long, every day.
Yeah.
Cotter, I'm not going to lie. I like this. I think I like this one more than Messenger of the Sea Double IPA.
I get it.
Like Pina Coladas, they're my jam. I just made some and passed out on some just a few weeks ago. This one hits near and dear to my enlarged heart. I'm going to go ahead and give this one 4.35. I mean, it really...
He's stingy with these.
I have to be. Someone has to be.
I'm not throwing out 4 5s every day. Don't get me wrong. I mean, these are just 2 really...
This beer is just so refreshing.
Damn good beers.
It's perfect for the summer.
Yes.
Yeah, it's perfect for the beach as well. Yeah, I mean, 100%. So, man... Kevin, you came in with fire this morning.
Thank you.
You and the Wheel of Florida, I don't know if you know each other very well, but you should meet because both of you are on fire. You're in fuego.
All right, man. Thank you so much. These beers are fantastic. It's always good to see you. Thank you for stopping by on the show. We appreciate that immensely.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right, guys. Going to wrap things up next. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1. Hey, guys. It's Cotter and Marshall from Rock 106.1. Thank you so much for watching our stupidity online.
Daily. We appreciate it. So make sure that you like and comment and subscribe. It's down there somewhere. We're not exactly for sure. We do appreciate it. And, of course, more content always coming soon.